Hello, this is going to be a really quick tutorial on how to fix a very loose GAN Skewb. So usually what happens here is, let's say the puzzle falls completely apart and you're putting it back together. The tensioner that holds everything together may have gotten loose, and that's because when these pieces drop, the tension releases from the thing that holds everything together. It also drops, and if you try to just force it back in without really any type of idea or removal of the cap, you're going to just put it back in this release position, and obviously it's just going to be very, very loose. So what we need to do is first remove the caps from the corners that have the tension mechanism. So in this case, it'll be the red, white, and blue, the yellow, red, and green, the yellow, blue, and orange, and we have one more, which is the white, orange, and green one. So I'm just going to go ahead and demonstrate how to remove this cap so you can get to it as well. I'm going to be using a plastic stick eraser just to kind of push the cap off the corner. And what we're doing is we're just separating the colored part from that white primary part right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and just try to push that off, and it should just lift off without a lot of force. And then there we go. Started to move, so I'm going to move over to another corner. Start to move again, another corner. There we go. It's like lifted off from here. You should be able to just remove this with your hand, and that'll reveal the last of the little tensioning mechanisms. So what's most likely happened is, if your puzzle has completely fallen apart, is when you're forcing a corner back into a puzzle, you're not changing this tensioner, and you're just having it on this release position. Let's see if I can get that on camera. So you see how this line right here from the metal core is locked onto that. So what happens is that you have set it, when you're putting it back together, what could have happened is you put it back together in the release position, and that will just make it so the cube is super, super loose. It will come off again. So what you need to do is remove that cap, and then you're going to need to fix this. So if this comes off, that's what it looks like. That's what that looks like. What you need to do is, this is very similar to the GAN 11 mechanism. So if you're having trouble, you should just watch the GAN 11 mechanism, and that goes into some in-depth how to fix this. But a quick tutorial would be to just take your clear spring. You want to put this so the smaller of the two halves of the spring is facing down. We're just going to take our tensioner. You see how there's a slot for where that long metal piece is going to go into. We're just going to slot it into place like that. We're going to push down firmly, and we're going to twist the entire thing onto a locked position. And there you go. And then that should provide the tension you need on the puzzle again. Now for default, we can look at the other corners because I haven't messed around with any of the other ones. It is set on the number 1 setting right there. And it doesn't look like there's any type of compression. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's back up. 1. Yeah, it doesn't look like any compression on that one. So just want to make sure that for compression, we just want to make sure that you see that the blue is just flush with the clear portion of the spring. So that means that there's 0 compression on here. This has 0 compression already. That looks like 1 click of compression. We're just going to go ahead and fix that real quick. And what I'm doing here is I'm just rotating the clear portion around the blue one. I'm not pressing the blue one down. And that one has no compression whatsoever. And that should even out, put you back on the default settings on a GAN Skewb. Hope that helps.